Cocoa butter is really solid. When you melt it down and add in oils, it softens it. But if you don't add enough oil into it, that bad boy will be a weapon, okay? Not a moisturizer. Hello there, informed beauties. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. As you can see, we are back in business. I got the brand new light to my ring light so we can now film like normal. And so I'm excited about that. But it is January 1st. It is the new year. Happy New Year. Hopefully you guys brought it in on a very positive note. And along with that, many of you guys out there may be wanting to start your own business or have been thinking about starting your own business along with other New Year goals. So I thought I would bring this video to you guys today about some tips on how to start your own skincare business in 2022. So background on myself before we jump into this is that many of you guys know, if you don't know, I own BodyCareByEuniyce. I have been running BodyCareByEuniyce for about 5 years now. So I have some experience that I can give you guys some great tips on, but the real experience is really getting your own hands in the game, right? That's how you learn the best. But for starters, this is a great place for you to begin. It's a great place for you to gain that knowledge, and it's a great place for you to start. So let's go ahead and let's jump into how to start an online skincare business in 2022. Our first tip for you is think about what type of skincare business do you want to start. Do you want to have body butters only? Is that what you want to specialize in? Is it body oils? Do you want to specialize in men's facial care, acne, exfoliators, or do you want to make like more than that? Do you want to have exfoliators and body butters? What section of the skincare world do you want to fall in? And that just helps you be able to narrow down a little bit better. And when it comes to the next couple of steps, that's going to become important. But you want to know what it is that you want to create, and you also want to know who is your target. So for example, if you are wanting to create acne products, you're targeting people who have acne skincare issues. If you want to have more of an anti-aging line, you're targeting people who are looking for anti-aging products. So you also want to keep in mind who is your target. If you're more natural organic, then you are going to be targeting people who want more natural organic products. So it's very important to think about what it is that you want to create and who do you want to create it for. The next tip that I have for you is knowledge. I cannot stress this enough. I think that this is very overlooked, but knowledge is very important, and we're going to dig into what I mean by knowledge. When I'm talking about knowledge, I'm talking about know your formulations, know your ingredients, packaging, how certain ingredients interact with other ingredients, especially if you're using chemical-based ingredients, checking those pH balances. Even if you're using more natural ingredients like myself and my products, making sure what you're using doesn't, counteract wrong with something else. If you're using a vitamin C in something, just all the way around, having the knowledge of what it is that you are going to be selling to someone or giving to someone, especially something they're going to be using on their skin. If you guys hear noise in the background, it's my cat acting crazy. So it's very, very important for you to have the knowledge. I also highly suggest that if you're going to sell skincare products, have some type of license, either cosmetology, esthetician, or dermatology. Anybody can take anything and put it together. And I feel like what am I trying to say? Okay, I feel like when you have knowledge of like licensing behind you, people trust it a little bit more as well. Okay, and then that just means that you took the extra education to know what it is that you're mixing together and what you're giving someone. But it doesn't take away from what you do, because for me, I know how to do it regardless if I'm licensed or not licensed. Like, I know that's just in me to make products and know what I'm doing and create something amazing. A lot of us have that skill, but I just feel like for other people to feel comfortable, and also just for you to have more doors open for you, make sure you get a license. And why also having knowledge, especially on ingredients, is very important, because when you are giving someone a product and you're telling them, oh, it has shea butter and jojoba oil in it and some lavender oil in it, and then somebody goes, oh, well, what does shea butter do for the skin? Off the back, without any hesitation, you should be able to run down to that person on what shea butter does for their skin, especially if they have, well, I feel like I thought something was crawling on me. It was my hair. Especially like if they have a certain skin concern, like you should be able to tell them, like, you know, shea butter is a natural fatty acid. It has really great moisturizing properties. It has vitamin A in it. Boom, 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 boom. Like, you should be able to run down to them the ingredients and how the ingredients are going to benefit their skin. And that is also going to build the trust there. It's going to also build the trust that, okay, this man, this woman knows what they're talking about. And I can trust that because they're off the back telling me what it is that is in this and what is it going to do for me. I have asked many of people out there who have come to me with a product, ran down ingredients to me, and I've asked them, so what does that do? I know what it does, but I've asked them just to, you know, test the waters. What does that ingredients do for your skin? And they stumble over their words. They don't really know what it does. And that makes me go, well, why would I buy this if you don't even know what your product does? Knowledge is like the anchor, the core of your skincare business. The more you know, and we're going to talk about another portion about this that goes hand in hand with knowledge, but once you know your craft inside out, that makes you solid. You know what I mean? Like, anybody can come to you and ask you any question off the back, you can give them an answer and they're like, oh, okay, all right. You know, if you have answers and you know what you're talking about, people are going to be more confident in your product. You can't sell somebody something if you don't know what's in it or what it does. So tip number 3, and this goes hand in hand with number 2 of knowledge, is research. Don't just jump into there, okay? You want to research the business part of the skincare that you're trying to get into. The prices of, like, if it's body butters, for example, how much does an average 8-ounce body shea butter based body butter go for? What's the price on that? What is the cap that people are going to pay for? What's too low? What's too high? What's a great medium? Okay, you want to research the business part of it. So what's really blowing up right now? For example, it's the winter time, so a lot of people like more thicker butters. They want those body butters. They want those oils. Versus, you know, in the summertime, people want something a little bit more lighter, something with SPF in it. So definitely doing your research around the business part, skincare, as well as, you know, what's popular, what's trending at the time. You got to do your research. You got to sit down and do your research. Look at these bigger companies that have, they're like Ancient Cosmetics and Fenty Beauty and, Nola Skin Essentials. Like, looking at these bigger companies that are doing very well and going, okay, how are they marketing? Really, Zayla? She decides she want to be in the litter box when I'm filming a video. Girl. The next step is wear. So now that you research, now that you have your knowledge, now that you know what you want to do in the skincare world, if you want a body butter, now that you know all that, where are you going to place your products? They have online stores like Etsy, Shopify, Facebook, Instagram, and also like your own website you can sell on. Me personally, I only sell through Etsy. It's where I started. It's where I've been. And that's the only platform online for handmade products that I can really talk about personally, and I'll make this possibly into another video so we get more into detail about Etsy. But personally, for me, the reason why I chose Etsy is because it was based around handmade crafts. I wanted to be involved in something that was made for what I was doing and was going to push it forward and get the right eyes on my shop. And that's the reason why I chose to go with Etsy. But you can run your own thing like Shopify and all that, which I heard is a little bit harder because you have to like promote your actual product and get it in front of people's eyes in order for them to come to your shop. Versus like with Etsy, it's already in that search engine. So when you put something up, it goes through Google and all that, and it falls into the right category, if you know what I mean. You definitely want to do your research and look around as to where online shop product out there online, okay? And then the next tip is to test your products for quality. If you get your sister, your mama, your brother, your cousin, your neighbor, the dog, whoever, you want to make sure that you make a product and you test it, okay? Don't just put it out there. Don't mix some stuff up in a bottle and throw it out there. No, test it. Use it in the shower. Use it on your skin. Give it to your sister. Have her try it out and give her your honest opinion. Find a random stranger and go, listen, can you use this for about a week? And email me, text me, Facebook me, whatever. And let me know what you think about it. That is going to be the real test of time. Make sure you test these products and make sure these products are of quality before you ship them out to people, before you post them onto anything. And not only that, when you are creating your formulations, always write down your formulations, how much you're using, what you're using, and then what is the intention of that product? Like what is it going to do for the skin? What is the purpose behind it? And note all that. If you make a body butter and it's rock solid, why would you sell that? No, you need maybe a little bit more oil, depending on what butter you're using. If it's a cocoa butter, I learned that. Let me tell you something. I learned that the hard way. I made a body butter one time. Put too much cocoa butter in it, and when I'm telling you, you can knock somebody out. Zayla. If I'm telling you, you can knock somebody out with that cocoa butter, you could knock somebody out with that cocoa butter. Why? Cocoa butter is really solid. When you melt it down and add in oils, it softens it. But if you don't add enough oil into it, that bad boy would be a weapon, okay? Not a moisturizer. So I learned that the hard way, and I had to know, okay, I gotta make sure that I add more oils into this butter because this butter, it needs to be softened, okay? All right. So definitely test your products for quality before you start to put anything on any type of shop, okay? I'm going to jump into part 2. So there will be a second part of this video, so make sure you check out that. But hopefully these tips here for part 1 on how to start an online skincare business was helpful so far for you. If you have any questions for me, you can always leave them down in the comment box. If you own an online skincare store or business, please let us know down below. Put your link down below. I love supporting my fellow skincare shops, especially Black owned. So definitely go ahead, shoot your shop down below. Tell us what you do, all that good stuff. So yeah, you guys, let's go ahead and let's jump into part 2. Let's do this.